and you're watching Pro Teaches News. Ooh, is somebody talking about pros? Not that kind of pro. See you there.
Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teaches Noob. Today I have with me Pika.
Hey.
And today we are going, this is going to be a short one, but we are wrapping up the long Halloween coverage of our Loeb sale work with one of the last things Tim Sale ever worked on, the Batman The Long Halloween Special, which we now know ended up being a prelude for the last Halloween.
Yeah, when it comes out.
Yep, when it does come out, I cannot wait for that. But yeah, this was meant to be the start of bringing an end to the trilogy. Again, Catwoman When in Rome is now no longer the end of the trilogy.
Yeah, just an interlude.
It's an interlude, but so yeah, let's see what this sets up, shall we? At Task Force Z. Nantucket, Massachusetts, 3 weeks ago, near the beginning of October, 3 weeks before Halloween. What we didn't know then is what we know now. Gilda escaped. Turns out Gilda was put into there, but the fact that no one else knew.
She left on her own at the end of a long Halloween, so did she commit herself, or...
Did Harvey do it? Because again, no one else knew. In fact, technically, this does confirm one thing. The Gilda we see at the end of Tony Daniels' run wasn't really Gilda. Which they implied that at the end.
Yeah.
But this would explain where Gilda's been. 2 weeks before Halloween. Wilson Jewelry, Gotham's finest for Gotham's finest. My mother's pearls were purchased here. The pearls she wore the night she was murdered. Julian Day, aka the Calendar Man, commits crimes coinciding with the calendar. It might be days of the week, the 4 seasons, holidays. He always worked alone. He now gathers teams of warp-like-minded men to do his dirty work. With Halloween approaching, I know why he's here. Changed. Where is Julian Day? It started weeks ago. Seemingly random thefts of gemstones, private collection, diamond wholesalers, now jewelry stores. However, when dealing with someone like the Calendar Man, nothing is ever random. Where is Julian Day? It wasn't location or even the robberies. It was the gems themselves. Diamonds, emeralds, rubies, sapphires, birthstones, gems that correspond with each individual month, like a calendar. I'm going to work on both of you until someone talks. That means one of you is going to take a beating for nothing. I don't care which one it is. June is for pearls. They never should have picked this store. No! Police Commissioner Jim Jordan trusts me now. It serves us both well. See, this is definitely in the early years.
Yeah. Okay.
It's gotten so I know when you're here without you having to tell me. Wilson's Jewelry. Thank you. Julian Day's still out there. His henchmen are either too stupid or too afraid to give him up. They'll make bail, hopefully lead me back to him. He's haunted by the fame that the Holiday Killer took from him. His nightmares that he'll be forgotten makes him brazen, dangerous. And my nightmare is that every Halloween, I'm worried that some other madman with a 20.22 pistol is going to... It all started here on this rooftop. We made a bargain and I'm sorry, but I miss the 3 of us. I miss Harvey Dent. Don't. Dent's a killer and a lunatic. And I've come to believe that we never really knew him. Meaning that Two-Face was always just beneath the surface. There will come a time when he'll make us end it with him. I suppose this wouldn't be the best of time to bring this up, but Barbara, my niece, not my wife, wondered if she could go trick-or-treating with your boy, the Robin. You could say no, of course, but Batman? What am I going to tell Babs? 1 week before Halloween, Sullivan Grundy, bored on a Monday. I knew if I found you, you know where he is. You're like me. You want to protect him. You want to protect him. Solomon, I told you I didn't want to be disturbed. How long have you been back? A year, maybe more. I looked and looked for you, Harvey. So she's broke out. This is a year when she broke out. Gilda. Again, reminding us just how short she is.
Yeah, it's...
Why? Why did I come back all this time? No. Why'd you ever come back? Look what I've become. All I see is my Apollo. Okay, I have a feeling this is proving that she did have a mental snap.
Yeah, probably if she can't see the other side.
If she's that deluded, which again might add more to the theory that she didn't do much of the killings. I still think she did the first one. I still believe she did the first killing. Would you agree to that?
Maybe if it was a kind of like
because that was before it got blown up and everything. I do believe she did the first one, but she couldn't have done the other two. Maybe the third one because she was because she turns out she wasn't in the wheelchair, but definitely not the second one.
Yeah, Two-Face would have taken over by then.
Yeah, and then Alberto for the rest. The cave underneath Wayne Manor. Halloween is fast approaching. If Calendar Man wants to be remembered, it have to be then. Thinking of a gift for a lady friend, Master Bruce. Miss Kyle isn't in town, is she? Julian Day. Oh, how disappointing. He's focused on the gems that have the greatest value. Some of these, like the garnet, are worthless compared to garnets. And then there are those who would say that the worth of something is a matter of perspective. What's on your mind, Alfred? Might I suggest that you divide the work? 2 heads and being better than? No, he's not ready. As I was saying about perspective, he'll never be ready. But if you don't give him a chance, again. So this is not long after Dark Victory.
Yeah, it's even the same Robin costume.
Park Row in Gotham City. Now it's deservedly called Crime Alley. It is where the abandoned wind up, the forgotten. I can never forget what happened here. 30 days has September, April, and June, and November. All the rest have 31, except for February, which has 28. May and June. Why did I think 2 heads were better than 1? Blam, blam! Particularly when we all know there exists a true Gemini in Gotham City. Once again, Loeb really loves Calendar Man.
Yeah.
This is weird, but yet so twisted. I'm surprised no one else has ever done much with Calendar Man besides Loeb. Did Loeb?
It's also kind of It's also kind of weird thinking about how Tim Sale had previously written the Misfit story where Calendar Man was nothing like this.
True.
The story is obviously probably not canon anymore, but still thinking that the Calendar Man went from this to that, and then maybe back to this.
But I gotta say though, do you think most people don't use Calendar Man because they can't top what he's done? Have you noticed that? Almost no one ever uses him.
Yeah, and even with Arkham City, they only used very little.
And even then, it was based off a Long Halloween.
Yeah, and in Arkham Knight, it was just a blink and you miss cameo.
Just like Zaz. Like Halloween night, Julian Day still roams my city. I can't believe you got us back our house. Why do you think they saw it and moved so quickly? I made them an offer they couldn't refuse. What do you mean? I gave them twice what they paid for, and that's what they paid for it. Oh, Harvey, it's just nothing you can't do when you put your mind to it. Again, she's clearly not well.
Yeah, if she's just ignoring Two-Face's presence.
I'm
Not to mention,
who else
it's still using the Two-Face font for when Two-Face is speaking and Harvey is not speaking, and she's acknowledging Two-Face as if that was Harvey.
Who else knows we're here? Relax, silly. It's just trick-or-treaters. Our first one in our new old house. Pour me another glass of wine, would you, Harv? Okay, kids, here I... Oh, well, isn't this a holiday? Happy Halloween, Mrs. Dent. Gilda, everything okay? Couldn't be better. Couldn't you please take James this year? He so wants to go. So again, this is still why they're married.
Okay.
But also while Barbara, so this is clearly after the events of Haunted Night, flashback.
Joo.
Because Barbara is staying with them clearly.
Joo. And
oh wait, I just realized, dressed like a devil. What do we know about?
Now it's more relevant than back then, since this happened after what Scott
I would
Snyder
not be
did.
surprised if Tim Sale did this on purpose. Not Tim Sale, if Jeph Loeb did this on purpose.
Yeah,
because he had to have known. He has to have known what's been done with the character since.
Yeah, maybe. Thanks a lot, Scott.
Well, to be fair, he didn't create the kid.
No.
That was Frank.
Yeah.
Anyway, and he wants to go, so we having this discussion. I've already got my hands full with Babs. I even took the night off. Halloween night. Jim Gordon's home. I gotta work, he says. My hands are full, he said. Babs, let's go. We have to be back by 9. Is that you? As discussed. Uncle Jim, you said he wasn't trick or treat. So Batman agreed without.
Yeah. Yeah, not to mention it is probably like I tried to find I'm trying to do the compressed narration so that it won't get too long, but I just find early training is as light as it can be, and this is as light as it probably could be without engaging with the enemy.
Now clearly now wait, how can she be dressed as Batgirl and Gordon never putting 2 and 2 together?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Because not to mention, she was supposed to dress up like that in the costume party. And not to mention, isn't Barbara supposed to be a few years older than Dick?
Hard to say now. I think that's been one of the big, toss-ups. But anyway, Uncle Jim, he said, what are you supposed to be? What are you supposed to be? No one will ever believe this. Oh. District Attorney Harvey Dent was once my ally. There was a brief moment I considered revealing to him that the Bruce Wayne half of my life. I live with the unknown that if I had... Now, I want to make this clear, given what I said, despite what I said in Dark Victory. The idea of Bruce trusting him with his identity is not a bad idea, but it doesn't add up to what we saw in Long Halloween.
Again,
I can buy that. Him trusting.
Could have been something he had cooking in his head as an idea, the processing, thinking, going.
Like I said, he trusted him enough in year 1 to be the whole hide under the desk thing.
Yeah.
Again, that's fine. I'm just saying it doesn't match with what Loeb wrote.
Oh.
I wanted to make that clear. It's not a bad idea.
Oh.
Anyway, I live with the unknown that if I had, he might have betrayed me. Or perhaps if I'd given him a trust to hold on to. I don't like living in the unknown. Julian Day is gone. He told me I had until midnight to join his calendar men. I'll make whatever deal you want if you help me get her back. Why should I trust you? How can I trust you? Flip the coin. Twice. Both times it came up the good side. Do you have any idea how insane that sounds? We just want Gilda back. If we do this, we have to do it my way. I get Julian Day. Under no circumstances will I let you kill him. Deal. And notice, all except for that we just want Gilda back, it's entirely Harvey.
Yeah.
Which I realize, I think this is meant to prove Bruce wrong, that Harvey is still in there.
No, it's gonna.
Remember, at the end of Dark Victory, he thinks that it's all Two-Face.
Having the different font is good. Another balancing act going with that. Not with Two-Face is supposed to also be the allegory or parallel to Batman's duality.
He never was. He was hardly ever Harvey while in Batman's presence in Dark Victory. Did you realize that?
Yeah, more or less.
Why did he take Gilda? If it was you he wanted, How the hell do I know? Insurance? So that I wouldn't double cross him? But you now have. He's smart enough to know that. No, he wanted something else. Was it Gilda? If you want to trust me, if you ever want me to trust you again, then tell me what he wants from your wife. Ding! I got double caramel bar, and I got to go. Harvey, can I have his candy? Okay, Loeb is clearly writing Barbara much younger.
Aavi, joo.
How long has it been since your confession? Why did you have to steal from me? Your husband, the former district attorney, took my freedom. But you took. The Riddler has his idiotic riddles. Catwoman has her stupid cats. The Joker has his. Anyway, the Calendar Man. The Calendar Man! Why did it have to be holidays? I gotta say, damn! He's terrifying!
Yeah. The build up of the tranquil fury he had before now.
We've been waiting for this moment. Will we agree to that? This has been a long time build up.
Yeah.
And Julian Day. Where's my wife, Calendar Man? Before midnight, and the moon is still young. You even came dressed for the part, as I instructed. I did as you asked. Now give me what's mine. Harvey Dent, a true Gemini man. This is a two-way street. You do something for me, and then, and only then, will I do something for you. The Gotham Museum. My parents would take me here as a child. I liked seeing the dinosaurs. It was the first time I was aware that we were different. There were paintings, statues, and the like. It's seen at our house. All was gold black from the collection of Thomas and Martha Wade. Currently, the world's rarest birthstones on load there. The Mazov Red Diamond, a crimson diamond. I'm sorry, I'm saying that because I played that game a while ago.
Joo, that did.
Clever. The calendars confuse the sensors and cover any footprints you might leave. 2 for 1, as you would say. Tomorrow, it will be returned to South Africa. It is why it had to be tonight, the last day in October, Halloween. Now, it's not the time for dinosaurs. He flies through the air with the greatest of ease. The staring young man on the flying trapeze. Shoot him! As you said, Julian. 2 for 1. I expected a double cross for him, but if you're here, where is Harvey Dent? With Gilda's life at stake, I had to make a terrible choice. I had to believe in Harvey Dent. He said he had a friend, Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday. Together, they'd rescue his wife, Gilda Dent. I have no further use for this witness. Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday. Are you all right? Did he hurt you? I'm okay, because you're here, my Apollo. Booby-trapped. Solomon Grundy, we have to go. Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday, ties on a Tuesday. Risen on a Sunday, my friend. You don't know what it's like to come from nothing with your cars and your toys. You had money. I can smell it on you. I was abandoned, growing up on Gotham streets. No birthdays, no Thanksgiving, no Christmas. There were times I didn't even know what day it was until I found crime. Then every day could be a holiday. Alfred makes me wear a Kevlar vest. I agreed if it were thin and light. He's grown tired of picking metal out of my body. You have to know how to use a 22 caliber pistol to do any real damage. I know that gun. It was the same as the holiday killer's weapon. Julian Day was not holiday, as much as he wishes that he had been. I didn't know he was an orphan. Was he? Robin is an orphan, as am I. That doesn't give up the right to commit crimes that coincide with the calendar. The boy is young. He'll learn. Lots of bodies, none of them Harvey Dent. Or Gilda Dent, thank God. 2 crimes at once. If Julian Day had stolen that diamond and killed Two-Face, he might have made quite a name for himself, which is all he really wanted. I have to find Harvey Dent. I had to trust Robin to come through for me. But Dent, he was about to turn himself in once Gilda was safe. The double cross. Two-Face. Commissioner Gordon, I want to apologize for running out on you. Will you tell Babs she's cool? It's all right, son. If I had a nickel for every time Batman skipped out on, you'd have a lot of nickels. What do you think about Harv? There are two of them now. Two. Batman and Robin. And there's two of us again. Now and forever. Two. The last bit of Halloween night. I have no idea how or where to get this fixed. Harvey Dent has disappeared. Then we're back to where we began. What made you trust him at all? Didn't you say something about finally having to deal with him? Julian Day was the more immediate threat. Gilda's life was in jeopardy. Was that all? Now that she's come back to him, don't you see he might come back to us? She could be a good thing. No, it won't be. She believes in him. She doesn't even see Two-Face. Gilda Dent's nightmare is a world that doesn't have Harvey in it. That makes them both dangerous. The Dents have a secret. Julian Day knew it as well. And I'm afraid I know it too. He's figured it out! He figured it out!
Oh.
So, how was that?
That's a taste of what to come without Tim Sale's art in it.
The fact that it's made so much clearer now about Gilda. She's nuts! But a subtle kind of nuts. But you gotta admit, what's worse? Being obviously nuts or being subtly nuts? I say they're both equal.
Yeah, when you look at because
look at how she's been acting.
Both can be unpredictable, or other can be predictable if it's slightly nuts. You can probably predict it when circling the subject in which the person is nuts. Well, if they're
but you don't know but you can never. But in both cases, you can never know how far they'll go. That's the big difference. So being subtly nuts, you can figure them out, but you can never tell how far they're willing to go. They might go even further than someone who's batshit nuts. And I gotta say, I think this more clinches the idea that Gilda was at least the first killer. If she's this far gone already, tells you how far she was willing to go beforehand.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I find that an interesting idea, don't you? That she's just as nuts.
Could have been that she was at some kind of fragile mind, but if it goes to that aspect of when you kill someone, a part of your change as a person to some degree.
Oh yeah.
So Gilda could have been like somewhere normal ish sense, but then after, if she was the one who killed the first killing, then it probably she was not the same one after that anymore.
Which I gotta say, I'm positive Gilda is going to be the main focus of last Halloween. She has to be.
Yeah, and if you look at how with her absence in present day stories, then there's probably a foregone conclusion. But again, like with it's again the journey, not the destination.
She could be dead. She could be locked up or missing. Because there's a reason why that one woman was able to manipulate Harvey at the end of, the pre-New 52. I'm only saying that because even Dick felt like she might not have been Gilda. But, yeah, overall, I gotta say, I love Calendar Man. How he is, unlike so many other villains, this shows he's willing to change himself. He always worked alone. Now he has a group of followers. He's always calm and collected. Now we're actually seeing him becoming unhinged.
Yeah, it was
Now I can say this.
Kind of shame that they with the Tomorrowverse thing ended up ending as it did, because they couldn't do the Dark Victory part or When in Rome or even what's coming now, because not to mention the adaptation didn't have this to acknowledge with.
Obviously. But again, no, I gotta say with Calendar Man, I'm surprised no one has done more with him. Again, do you think what they gave what they felt like they don't think they could top what Loeb did? Or do you think it's a case where he made him a big name, but he's still not worthy enough for others to use?
Depends on the imagination of the creators.
Yeah. But honestly, the Calendar Man is right up there with the Key. Someone who you would think would be not that big a character. But when you actually use them, the writers use them well.
Yeah. So it's almost kind of something that depends on how much you end up using them.
Oh, yeah,
because if you use them little enough, you can give some kind of possibly false impression that you can write the character well. But then if you use it just enough, then that could be
the Key definitely falls under that. The Key definitely falls under that.
And then there's if using too much, you end up it ends up falling apart and
Joker on that regard.
Yeah, Joker is a prime example of that.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean the Key is one of those who's sporadically used, and Calendar Man, maybe that's why, because he's so rarely used that's what makes this so special. But I gotta say, again, seeing him that unhinged, that's been built. Because notice, he never did this to Alberto. Why? I think this proves he knows Alberto just took the moniker afterwards.
Yeah. That
so, and so thus he can't blame him for continuing a trend that someone else started. He'd be furious with the person who started it.
Yeah. Now to think about it, gaslighting him in Alberto into killing himself, that would have been
oh yeah, because he's just
that was mercy compared to this.
Yeah. Because why? Because he knew Alberto was just taking advantage of it. He didn't start it. He continued it. And that's giving Calendar Man good enough reason to want to see him dead. But he didn't start it. Again, that rage you saw him at with Gilda. That's like, who knew he had it in him, right?
Yeah. The whole...
That's what I'm saying.
That's another thing that Tim Sale also managed to pretty much well do in building up from that calm demeanor and into the that.
Yeah,
not imagine an actor recreating it.
Yeah, and again, now what are you expecting from last Halloween, story-wise? I mean,
did they announce how many issues it would have?
10.
Okay.
It's going to be 10 issues, not 12, not 13, 10 issues. And we've already started on Halloween, and obviously it's going to pick up right afterwards. So,
I wonder if it's going to go through holidays again, or if just...
No, I don't think so. Now if you're going to do it for 10 months. But yeah, I am thinking this is going to finally clear up answers. That's why else do this unless you're going to finally clear up the answers, right?
Yeah, that's crappy.
And we're already there. We're already there. This one is fun, interesting. This special all but confirms Gilda did do it, at least in some regards. Okay. Again, I think we can all universally agree now. She was the first. She got started.
Yeah, she did, and that's probably what it's gonna be. It's gonna be exploring it, unpacking, and breaking breaking down on what was in behind the scenes with Long Halloween. That's probably gonna be it.
Yeah, but again, the big question: Did she do the other two? Did she do the other two?
No idea. That could be also it. Because Long Halloween was kind of open-ended. I remember when the animated movie was coming out, and BatmanNews.com they did some kind of review in trying to see it with what they had at the time. So, and they also ended up kind of questioning how does this mystery work. So
now, for my word, there was
if last Halloween manages to do it, break down how it all happened, and without ruining the mystique of it, then
right.
Or actually, it's going to do it anyway. But after 30 years or so, it's probably okay.
Exactly, and I think also how they Jeph doesn't want to screw this up, not for Tim's sake. You know, this is all in Tim's memory. He doesn't want to screw it up. And Tim is not a bombastic artist, clearly. So if they plot this out, they had some good ideas thought out. And we already know from the Catwoman thing, he can do a resolution without derailing things.
Yeah.
Again, how he resolved the stuff when we went over with When in Rome. That showed that is as much best of a reveal as you can do without retconning the character.
Yeah.
You're revealing a possibility, but it's up to you if it's true or not. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
But so yeah, I think we'll get answers here. We might not get every answer, but I think we're gonna finally get some answers. Again, that's what this book clearly showed that they're going for. You don't put as much focus on giving that answer if you didn't. And you know, and again, just the way Calendar Man acted. The only thing I don't like is the Bab stuff. Because it throws too much into continuity headache.
Yo, that's how I was going to think about. It should be some already pre-established fact that Barbara is supposed to be somewhat a few years older than Dick.
But she did become Batgirl
that they can be mistaken in the present day to be close to same age. But as children, that should be some more obvious.
I just realized. I think this is going along with the Robin Batgirl Year One minis, where they were closer in age. Come on, you've seen that famous image of her on the bike and Dick Dick stealing a kiss? You know about that image, right?
Yo, I think that was in the Batgirl Year One. So with the
Batgirl Year One.
Oh.
Hold on, let me find that. Here we go. One. Let me show. Not a great version of the image, but yeah, that. I think that's meant to show that. I think that's what Loeb is playing off of. This.
Probably.
Where Dixon did have him be closer in age. That's what my guess is, anyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, but still though, it still bothers me though, you know, that it's just like, well, wait, this doesn't make much sense. Right?
Yeah. Maybe it makes whatever sense it does as a in the post-crisis continuity, in the current New 52 through Rebirth through Dawn of DC continuity we are in now.
Right.
Because Barbara being referenced as Gordon's niece and she referred to Gordon as her uncle. New 52 already made them a father and daughter.
Yeah, so and even agrees, it says here on this article I'm looking at, Batgirl Year One is where it was established they were closer in age. You know what I mean?
Closer in age, but Barbara was still supposed to be the older.
A little older.
Older.
Just a little though. But still though, like I said, the fact, but it's again, what bothers me most though is Gordon. I mean, how dumb can they be?
Yeah, especially the costume is as it is.
Yeah, it's just like, how dumb can he be when she's in that? I mean,
unless he was going by the plausible deniability stuff, or in just playing dumb with how.
Like, there's no way.
There was a Birds of Prey issue where Barbara.
Oh yeah, and he revealed that he knew.
Came out clean as Oracle to him.
And he said he revealed he knew she was Batgirl, but he didn't know she was Oracle. And that floored him.
Yeah.
Or was it? Or wait, was that what it was? Or did he figure out she was Oracle but not Batgirl?
it was more like that he knew that she was that girl, but not the Oracle, because Oracle was clearly not as public vigilante as that girl was.
But he knew of Oracle at least.
Well, I had heard Batman going on a call with Oracle, and he was witnessing that happening.
But yeah, though, still though, was but still, like, again, just how. But again, just how. Do you think maybe Loeb was playing off of that a little bit? But again, it makes Babs look like an idiot.
Or something that she kind of feels old shame of in her Oracle years.
Yeah, maybe. But again, it just makes it feel like she's an idiot for like thinking that her father wouldn't connect the dots. Again, the only thing I could think of is that he truly believes there's no way my little girl would do this.
Maybe he was also trying to tell it. He said, maybe Gordon said it out loud within her earshot, so that Barbara could either come clean or did not, or.
Well, with all the threats and everything, you think he would have put his foot down. So clearly, I don't think he knew then. I think, and even that Batgirl Birds of Prey issue, I think made it clear he didn't know until afterwards. Like he did. I don't think it ever said he knew during her time in action. He did. It was that he didn't know until after she was paralyzed.
Yeah.
But either way, this was still a pretty good book that I can't wait for last Halloween. I cannot wait.
Ooh.
I am so curious on it, but it feels like this needs to be done. And I'll be honest, it feels like one of those trilogies where the third movie goes back to the first one.
Yeah.
Kind of like how the Dark Knight trilogy did the same thing.
Yeah, kind more or less.
Because it's clearly not going to be playing off of much, except it's aside from what's already been established. Yeah, I mean, aside from what's established, like with Dick being around and everything, I don't think they're going to play up that much with what was left over from Dark Victory, because Dark Victory kind of cleans things up there.
And showed already on how Two-Face was rising up after having started.
Exactly. Oh, and Grundy blowing himself up. Who knows how he'll be when he comes back now. My guess is this proved that he didn't fully die when he got zapped. But this one, there ain't no getting around it. But yeah, that's all we got in this one. I know we said we were going to continue doing the Tim Sale, Jeph Loeb stuff. I think we should take a break and maybe get started on Morrison Batman next time.
It will be maybe giving the rhythm more or less. But obviously, if we start with the Son of Batman, we have to actually some kind of this because I have already done that video.
You have? Well, we still need to. I think it still makes sense to start it there, regardless.
Yeah.
And you know me, I sometimes will make exceptions on Pro Teachers Noob. Like, look at me with When in Rome. I haven't read that one in years.
Yeah, I didn't actually think I read it at all. I just know it by reputation, and the plot synopsis more or less being that she went to Italy to look for.
Yeah, the proof. But yeah, though. So I think that'll be good to get started on that one, and obviously we'll have to start with Son of Batman. I got to figure out how we're going to divide it, though. I got to figure that out because, like I said, with me, I have that oversized hardcover that contains everything up until R.I.P. Minus Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, I have the
Black Glove. The Black Glove hardcover is what I have.
Okay, I have the soft cover of which has the half of it is the Son of Batman stuff. Then there's the other half which has the
Batman of All Nations.
Not the Batman of All Nations. The other Batman. The Bane Batman story.
Right. The one that led into the second Azrael.
Yeah, that one. Then there's the Batman of All Nations, the Black Glove stuff. That then had the Michael Lane Batman.
Yep. And then eventually, basically that hardcover does not include Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul for obvious reasons, but it ends with Jezebel being like, "You're Batman," which I gotta say, I did not like Jezebel. I know you're not supposed to, but even before we found out the truth of her, I did not like her.
It was kind of weird relationship being there.
Yep.
But yeah, but I have the soft cover of Resurrection 2 over somewhere.
Yeah, so do I. So do I. Which we will be covering that one too. We'll be covering from Son of Batman all the way through R.I.P. So that's a lot to go over. But again, it's in typical Morrison fashion. It's really hard to determine how you divide things. Would you agree with that? It's really hard to determine that.
Yeah, it's quite.
But yeah, anyway, we'll see you guys then on the other side. Take care.
And may your heart be guiding game.